GRAP 4 invoked once again as Delhi's air quality plummets to severe plus category. Delhi government imposes complete ban on the manufacture, storage and sale of crackers. Indian Navy sets up board of inquiry to probe Mumbai boat tragedy which killed 13. 2 passengers still missing. Case registered against the Navy craft driver. Virat Kohli loses his cool on Australian paps at Melbourne airport for filming his kids without consent. Confrontation video goes viral. What we saw today, viewers, in Parliament were ugly scenes. A high-voltage political drama, a face-off between the BJP and the Congress when they held simultaneous protests, targeting each other over Union Home Minister Amit Shah's remarks on BR Ambedkar in Parliament. The MPs from both sides came face to face. A scuffle erupted, all holding placards bearing images of Baba Saheb Ambedkar and accusing the other side of disrespecting him. Here's what happened and how shameful it is for us.
Unprecedented scenes outside Parliament. BJP and Congress MPs holding placards came face to face at the Makar Dwar, the entry into Parliament on Thursday. The Congress lawmakers were protesting against Home Minister Amit Shah's comments, which they claimed insulted Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. While the BJP MPs were protesting alleged insult of Ambedkar by Congress. Two BJP MPs, Pratap Sarangi and Mukesh Rajput, were injured in the melee. Sarangi was injured on the forehead. He was taken to the hospital where he got up to 5 stitches.
राहुल गांधी एक एमपी को धक्का लगा, मेरे ऊपर गिर पड़ा और मैं नीचे गिर गया।
किसने धक्का मारा? राहुल गांधी ने?
हाँ, राहुल गांधी ने।
राहुल गांधी ने धक्का मारा?
राहुल गांधी।
कौन सी जगह पे सर? सर किस जगह पे? सर किस जगह पे? किस जगह पे?
सीढ़ी के ऊपर मैं खड़ा हुआ था और राहुल गांधी ने आकर के एक एमपी को धक्का लगाया, वो मेरे ऊपर गिर पड़ा और मैं
High drama followed as Rahul Gandhi walked up to an injured Sarangi, where BJP MP Nishikant Dubey confronted him.
आपको शर्म नहीं आती है क्या राहुल? क्या शर्म नहीं आती है? क्या शर्म नहीं आती है? गुंडा करते हो, बूढ़े को गिरा दिया जाता है। इतना कौन?
BJP MP Mukesh Rajput, who allegedly fell on Pratap Sarangi, backed his colleague's claim.
और राहुल गांधी सीधे चढ़े आए, जबकि किनारे से भी निकल सकते थे, किनारे से फ्लैट से भी रास्ता था, लेकिन हम लोगों के पीछे आए और पीछे राहुल गांधी धक्का देते हुए ऊपर बढ़ रहे, तो धक्का आया, हम लोग पीछे साइड में एकदम गिर गए.
Rahul Gandhi denied the charge. The Congress shared videos on social media claiming it was Mallikarjun Kharge who was pushed. The party president also wrote a letter to Rajya Sabha chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar making the same charge.
एकदम शांतिपूर्वक प्रोटेस्ट हुए, कितने दिनों से चल रहे हैं, रोज 10:30 से 11. आज पहली बार इन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट किया, सबको रोक दिया और उसके बाद धक्का मुक्की और ये गुंडागर्दी. और अब सिर्फ अमित शाह जी की खाल बचाने के लिए ये अब इन्होंने साजिश शुरू की है कि भैया ने किसी को धक्का मारा, ये वो. मेरी आंखों के सामने आप सब ने देखा होगा, खड़गे जी को धक्का मार के जमीन पे गिराया.
In the Rajya Sabha, BJP MP from Nagaland, Phangnong Konyak, complained to Dhankar that Rahul Gandhi shouted at her.
It was a peaceful protest. I was standing outside. There were a lot of people. Then Shri Rahul Gandhi ji just came in front of me, very close proximity. I felt uncomfortable. And then he started shouting at me, which I did not like.
The BJP filed a police complaint against Rahul Gandhi. The Congress too filed a complaint against BJP. Meanwhile, Mallikarjun Kharge and TMC MP Derek O'Brien have moved privilege motions against Amit Shah over his remarks made while speaking on Congress ignoring Ambedkar that triggered the entire showdown. With Piyush Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
That, viewers, was the Indian Parliament today, where we've practically become a laughing stock. These images going out worldwide with what you can see on your television screen. Once again, a space where the language should be dialogue, debate, today was reduced to this: scuffle, abuse. Unprecedented. Meanwhile, the BJP demanding stern action against Rahul Gandhi, asking him to apologize for the incident. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi is calling the issue a diversionary tactics by the BJP to protect the Home Minister. Listen in.
कुछ मान्य सांसदों ने राहुल जी को बुलाया कि देखिए आपने क्या किया, ये क्या व्यवहार है, तो वो आके देख के सिर हिला के चले गए कि दिस इज नथिंग. ये कोई तरीका आपने तो टीवी पे देखा होगा उनका व्यवहार. तो जब मालूम भी पड़ा, इतनी तो शिष्टाचार किसी सामान्य आदमी के पास भी होती है. ये तो एक उच्च लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट पे बैठे, इतना भी शिष्टाचार नहीं कि माफी मांगे.
बीजेपी के एमपी लकड़ियां लिए हमारे सामने खड़े होते हैं, हमें अंदर नहीं जाने देते हैं, और उसके बाद अब ये थोड़ा सा अपना फिर से डिस्ट्रैक्शन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. रियलिटी ये है, इन्होंने अंबेडकर जी का अपमान किया है, उसकी अपॉलॉजी होनी चाहिए और रिजाइन करना चाहिए होम मिनिस्टर को. और जो मेन मुद्दा है जिसको ये मिटाना चाह रहे हैं, घुमाना चाह रहे हैं, मेन मुद्दा है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मित्र अदानी जी के खिलाफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में केस है, उनको वहां इंडाइट किया गया है, और अदानी जी को नरेंद्र मोदी जी हिंदुस्तान बेच रहे हैं.
So the question we asked this evening, what triggered the Parliament scuffle? Ugly protests making a complete mockery of Parliament. BJP's attempt to deflect the heat that it's getting, especially from the opposition, when it comes down to the speech that the Home Minister made on the floor of the Rajya Sabha on 75 years of the Constitution. And on the other hand, Congress's bid to reignite the Samvidhan narrative. The Ambedkar legacy war, eye on the Dalit vote. And who does it stand to benefit? Is there an election in order? There is one, Delhi. All of that. Cutting across to our guest this evening, I have with me Patabi Ram Koma Reddy, TDP spokesperson, Jyoti Mani Senemalai, Congress MP, Tuhin Sinha, BJP spokesperson, Jasmine Shah, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. I want to cut across first to both the BJP and the Congress spokesperson, and I would reckon we hopefully will begin this debate on one understanding, an unequivocal understanding between the both of you and your parties, that whatever went down in Parliament today at the Makar Dwar, there are high definition CCTV cameras. By now, we should have the footage of those cameras. It's under the prerogative of the Speaker. And Tuhin Sinha, to begin with you, you know, who did, who hit, who fell, who is to blame, it will all be laid to rest. We don't really need to have this debate, and I'm sure which will go on to be an entire mudslinging match and a screaming contest. We don't need to have it. We just need those visuals. Why can't we make the CCTV visuals public on what really went down?
Well, good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. I'm sure, the CCTV footage would have been accessed by now and would be made public very soon. But today is a dark day in India's parliamentary history, a black day where for the first time the leader of opposition has unleashed violence upon, protesters. It's common sense that when somebody is protesting, you don't, get into a conflict. You protest in some other space. You protest at a distance. You take another route. But what I find more appalling is Rahul Gandhi's behavior, obnoxious behavior towards a very, simple, very genuine lady, Pangnon Konyak, a first-time member of parliament, a tribal member of parliament from Nagaland. Now, why I'm not surprised by this behavior is, something I'm going to tell you today.
Okay.
We have given a long rope to Rahul Gandhi. I'll take you back to January 2019, where a lady defense minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, was talking about the Bofors deal. What was Rahul Gandhi and his team doing with barely 53 other MPs? He was winking and throwing paper planes, mocking the lady defense minister. Is that the way you behave in parliament? Just early this year, a Congress official from Kerala made some very serious allegations against her own party people, saying that, you know, they employ casting couch in the distribution of tickets. Was any action taken? Was even an investigation ordered into that? We know for a fact that Dr. Ankita Datta, NSUI leader, had made some very scathing charges against B. Srinivas molestation. Did they take any action against that? So today, I think, you know, we have given a long rope to Rahul Gandhi. Had the media been more,
want to comment.
Ma'am, you'll get equal time.
Patient, things would not have come to this.
You know, I'll tell you what, it's not about the media so much, but Tuhin Sinha, it's a collective shame.
We've all been, I guess, we've all given him a long rope.
No, the fact is, no, one second. The fact is, it's a collective shame on what went down in Parliament. And there's there is only one way that your charges versus the charges of your counterpart, the Congress, can be elucidated better. Nothing else will suffice but the CCTV visuals. By now, this is the Parliament. This is one of the main gates of the Parliament. Why is it that we don't have CCTV cameras? We don't need to have this debate on exactly who started the scuffle, who pushed who, what really happened. And Jyoti Mani, I want to bring you in on this because there are two versions to the story. One version which Tuhin Sinha has elucidated, and then there is the version of the Congress. And I would both hope that the Congress and the BJP would come together and say, just bring the clips out and we'll know exactly what happened.
See, there cannot be two versions. There is only two things, truth and lie. We are the side of the truth. They are blatantly lying. See, I was in the front row. So we were protesting in front of the Ambedkar ji statue. We came as a procession by a line one after other, led by Priyanka ji, then followed by women MPs, then followed by some of the men MPs. Rahul ji, after the men MPs, he have come. So when we peacefully protested, and it's around 10:45, 10:50, so we wanted to go to Parliament. Generally what happened, we are also used to protest in Magar Diwar. Generally when we are protesting, there will be a security guard on both sides so that other party MPs can go through that side, this side. There is no issue. But strangely today, there is no security guard, but BJP people literally blocking our way. We couldn't, we were in the first row along with Priyanka ji and other women MPs. We actually, 7-8 of us were there. And with us, Congress President Honorable Mallikarjuna Kharge ji was there. They were actually pushing us like anything. That's where the scuffle or Congress President get hurt. He fall down. After that, actually, we lifted him. Somebody, he doesn't want to leave the protest. Somebody brought a chair and made him to sit. Why they are behaving with such a dignified man? He has his own age. How come they can behave with him? Then we were in the front line. I just one male MP, I don't know his name. He just come in front of Priyanka ji. I told him this is not done. So then only he moved back. So this is where completely done by the BJP. It was a setup. I also tell you one more thing which media so far noticed. Generally we protested anywhere. We carry the placard in our hand. So even carrying a placard in hand also, speaker says it cannot be done on Magar Diwar. Today BJP had a stick in their placard. How come so many sticks can be allowed in the Parliament premises? We would have pushed our way, which is our right. But they would have beaten us like anything. That was the plan. But we haven't yielded their plan because once we saw the stick, they tried to provoking us. We sat down in the floor outside the Parliament in the gate. So we haven't moved forward. That is why, because of us, because of our dignity, because of our responsibility, today the worst, whatever happened is also worst thing actually avoided. Rahul ji was nowhere in the front line. Rahul ji was somewhere else. Then we called him for the protest. Then he came and I have released, Congress party has released all video. You see, I also put down in my social media. Rahul ji is standing somewhere left to us. There is no BJP MP. How can they lie like this? As you rightly ask, put out the social.
That's the, you know, it's very basic right now, viewers, because everyone is trying to pick sides on all of this. Everyone out there is trying to pick sides as we watch something unfold in Parliament, which to many of us who are watching, we are embarrassed, number one. Number two, our parliamentarians today have behaved worse than an unruly bunch of primary school children with at least what we have seen unfold. And it's very simple. Number one, where is the CCTV image? The CCTV images need to be put out ASAP. ASAP, number one. Number two, And Tuhin Sinha, I would come back to you on this, and I just want to open up the debate. There was a time in Parliament, because an untoward incident like that doesn't quite happen. There were designated areas where protests would take place, like the Gandhi statue. Now, the Gandhi statue has been removed. It's free for all, and we've got Newsbreak coming in. There's been an FIR that has been filed against Rahul Gandhi at the back of the complaint filed by the Bharatiya Janata Party. There were 2 complaints, viewers, that were filed today. 2 counter complaints. One by the Bharatiya Janata Party saying that Rahul Gandhi, even, the complaint suggested was an attempt to murder one of the MPs who's been in the ICU, as per the Bharatiya Janata Party and medical reports. On the other, the Congress also had launched a counter complaint at the same police station. Cognizance has now been taken of the complaint of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and an FIR has been lodged against Rahul Gandhi. On what basis? We're going to try and get in our reporter who'd be able to give us a larger understanding, because the police was closely monitoring exactly what happened, and an FIR, in all probability, viewers, would have only been lodged after there was due diligence, especially where the CCTV footage was concerned. Jyoti Marie, an FIR now lodged against your leader. You had also filed a complaint. We don't see any cognizance being taken of that police complaint yet.
Was completely scripted. And now they will. I will tell you, Preeti, they will never release a CCTV footage. If they release the CCTV footage, there is a truth to everybody see that they don't want. So now they will obviously file an FIR. They will threaten Rahulji and the Congress Party and India Alliance. But we are not threatened by these kind of things. This is not new to us. They stripped him of his MP post. They stripped him of his house. They maligned him and his family in the floor of the parliament. But he stood for ideas. He stood for his values. He stood for the truth. He is the person who's not compromising with Narendra Modi, who's not afraid of his government. He's speaking against the ideology of RSS, and he exposed the nexus between Narendra Modi and Mr. Adani, how they both looting this country.
Okay.
So that
Tuhin Sinha wants to respond, and then I'm going to open up the debate. Tuhin Sinha, a proper investigation would only...
Give me 30 seconds.
No, Preeti, yes.
Sir, I'll come to you. I'll give her 30 seconds. You'll get equal time. I promise you, Mr. Sinha.
Yes, Preeti, CCTV...
Mr. Sinha, hold on. She wants to complete. You'll get equal time. I promise you that. You got my word. Okay, make your point, ma'am. Finish making your point, ma'am.
Yeah. When they make it, I really feel sad that my counterpart from the BJP woman MP had made such a false accusation against Rahul Gandhiji when he was not even there. Then I really feel sad for my colleague from the BJP. BJP stripped the dignity of a woman, their own MP. The shame on them. This is how how they stood very low. I really feel sad and disturbed as a woman.
All right, so the complaint has been converted into an FIR, yet the complaint by the Congress remains a complaint. Tuhin Sinha, at this juncture, the Congress is going to turn around and say, release the CCTV images. You'll know exactly what happened.
No, first let me just answer.
Go ahead, sir.
Since the Congress MP has so confidently said that, the woman MP from BJP, Fangnon Konyak, is not telling the truth. That is what she's saying. I gave you an instance of how Rahul Gandhi had behaved when Nirmala Sitharaman was speaking on the BOFOS issue. Will she apologize on that?
Let's go one by one, ma'am. Allow him. He allowed you. Tuhin Sinha, can I just get Tuhin Sinha?
This is the kind of behavior they do in Parliament.
Sir, make your point.
Always.
Go ahead, make your point.
Will she apologize today for his winking and throwing paper planes when the lady defense minister was speaking? Let Congress walk the talk. This is precisely my point. Coming to the CCTV camera, yes, the footage should be released. Since I'm not a member of parliament, I don't know the exact details, whether, where exactly they are. But I can tell you that till the time, we wait for CCTV camera, there are 2 video footages which tell you the story. Number 1, where Rahul Gandhi is confronted by journalists. What does he say? Ha, dhakkan dhukki hui, lekin usse kuch nahi hota. And then he walks away. And the second footage where he's being told that dekhiye aapne kya kiya, Nishikant Dubey is telling him, sharm aani chahiye aapko, Rahul Gandhi has a good look, and he walks away. So, is this the behavior of somebody, a responsible leader of opposition? He says he has conceded dhakkam dhukki hui hai. How is Congress denying that?
No, one second. No. There are many versions of that same, okay. So, Tuhin Sinha, the Congress can come out on what you were accusing the Congress yesterday, which is of clipping a
Preeti,
particular
they had a
soundbite.
plan.
One
They
second, I'm
had
just
a
telling you,
plan.
Tuhin Sinha,
Just
clipping a
20
particular
more seconds,
soundbite.
just
Allow me
20
to
more
open up.
seconds.
Allow me to open up the
20
debate.
more seconds, 20 more seconds. See, it's very clear. Congress had a plan to create unrest in the country. Even yesterday, Kharge ji said, yeah, just that pure desh mein violence hogi. Since they've not managed to do that, they decided to unleash violence.
Tuhin Sinha, right now,
You are
I would
such a weak government.
think one needs to at least, in the purview of this particular show, a proper investigation needs to take place, number one. Number two, release the CCTV images. There are high definition cameras there. We'll know exactly what happened. And before that, at least on this channel, we are not going to take a stand. I just want to now open up the debate, because the sad part, viewers, is all of this is happening at a time when we should have been celebrating, honoring the man who gave us the very fabric that India is built on. The Constitution, the most sacred of documents, 75 years of the Constitution. We should have seen debates that would have given us goosebumps. What we've seen is pure embarrassment, something unprecedented. Mr. Komareddy from the TDP, you're with us, sir. What is your view on how things unfolded today? Collectively, as an Indian, does it not embarrass you away from party allegiance and allies?
To you and to my fellow panelists. See, we've been discussing about the CCTV footage, and we've been asking it to be released ASAP. But before that, let's look at the evidence which we have on hand. Let's look at the videographic evidence which you are playing on the screen right now. I completely agree with what Tuhin had said. Look at the way Rahul Gandhi had reacted to the entire situation. And in a way, he had confessed that he had pushed Sarangi ji. When Nishikant Dubey ji asked Rahul Gandhi, how can you push a senior MP like Sarangi ji, a person who is bleeding there? You see the visuals, how Rahul Gandhi reacted. He sees a man, a senior MP, sitting there bleeding, and he comes there aggressively and says, he pushed me, so I pushed him. What was his reaction? When someone says, why did you do that? If you get,
He
I'll
never
come back
said
to
that.
ma'am.
Preeti,
Allow him to speak.
Look
Allow
at the
him to speak.
visuals.
Mr. Komareddy, ma'am, I will give you your time. No point talking over each other. Can I get Mr. Komareddy? Mr. Komareddy, the video that we are playing, 1 second. Okay, I'm going, 1 second. Mr. Komareddy, can I just get Mr. Komareddy? 1 second. Mr. Komareddy, this particular clip
let me finish.
Sir, I will let you finish. I will let you finish. Of course, you're my guest. But I'm just telling you the clip that you're referring to, Mr. Komareddy, he doesn't say I pushed him. He doesn't say that. I just want to put that out there.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead,
I'll explain. Let me explain. See, if someone says, why have you done this? And if I reply aggressively, he pushed me, then what is he conveying? Is it not common sense for us to understand? Because he pushed me, I pushed him. That is what he's conveying there. It is common sense for us to understand. Mr. Rahul Gandhi had confessed that he had pushed Sarangi today. Looking at the visuals, it is easy to understand. And one more thing, Preeti, it is in the DNA of the Congress party to, insult Ambedkar ji. When UPA was in power, what was this cartoon? What was this cartoon that they printed in NCRT textbooks? Nehru ji whipping Ambedkar ji. This is what they want to, showcase to our children. Is this the respect they have on Baba Sahib Ambedkar? And today they talk about, they wear blue t-shirts and talk about Ambedkar. The same people who had blocked Ambedkar ji from entering parliament twice, today are blocking people who are voicing strongly in support of Dr. Baba Sahib BR Ambedkar.
All right, Mr. Komareddy, I'm going to come right back. Mr. Komareddy,
okay. Are you agree as an alliance partner?
No. I'll ask that question, ma'am. I will ask that question. Because, Mr. Komareddy, the question that, the Congress spokesperson asks is, do you agree with the language that was used by the Home Minister the day before when he was closing the 75 years of the Indian Constitution speech in Rajya Sabha? Agree or not, sir?
That the opposition is just twisting
Okay.
What Amit Shah ji had said, what Amit Shah ji was trying to convey. Look at the entire video.
All right.
He was referring
Now,
to
allow
the
me to
drama
bring in
and the
Jasmine Shah
tamasha.
into this conversation.
Preeti,
Okay, everyone has got enough time, sir. Allow me to please open up this debate. I want to bring in Jasmine Shah because one thing, viewers, we've realized ever since 2024 Lok Sabha elections, where the narrative of the Samvidhan blew up to an extent that it reflected electorally for the India alliance. Ambedkar, Baba Saheb, Constitution, Samvidhan have become highly politically emotive words. And whether there is an attempt, we've seen both sides of the divide to appropriate or sometimes even misappropriate the legacy of Baba Saheb. Jasmine, I want to bring you into this conversation because there is, most political analysts will suggest that this is an attempt by the India alliance because it's brought you all back together on the same plane. They were fragmented before this entire controversy blew up. And an attempt to reignite the Samvidhan narrative which had peaked during the Lok Sabha. Now, what end will it reignite to? And ultimately, that end is the Delhi election, Jasmine, to benefit possibly or to seek a benefit by the Aam Aadmi Party.
Preeti, I don't think incident in Indian history like what we are seeing today should be seen in such narrow political lens. We've always known that BJP has hated Baba Saheb Ambedkar from its very beginning. Look at the entire history of RSS for many years, and let your viewers know that for many years on Baba Saheb's birthday, RSS Karyakartas used to burn his putla, used to burn his idol. Mr. Arun Shourie, a very prominent BJP politician in 1997, said that Baba Saheb was a pawn in the hands of the Britishers. And he continued to remain a Rajya Sabha MP by the BJP till 2010. And now this has happened. 2 days back, Home Minister, number 2 of the BJP government, in open parliament saying something that nobody believed that in this day and age you will make such a regressive statement which has insulted this entire man's legacy. He's no less than a modern day legend, a modern day god for Indians. Now, this entire thing would have ended if he had apologized. What does he do? BJP adds insult to injury. First of all, they replace the photos of Baba Saheb with Soros. They manufacture a fake image and put it up on their national handles. And today, to engineer a distraction, they indulge in violence in front of everyone. I mean, as of now, there is no CCTV footage. And Preeti, you also very well know the answer, that if the CCTV footage was issued, then doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jata. The reality is that the people of the country and the people of Delhi need to decide whether they love Baba Saheb Ambedkar or they love BJP. Because the two things are not one and the same.
Okay.
You either love Baba Saheb Ambedkar or you love the BJP.
Jasmine,
Every BJP voter needs to decide.
Mr. Shah, allow me a rebuttal. Allow me a rebuttal because no, I don't know what this footage will actually reveal, and I want to know as an inquisitive journalist, and I would think all our viewers really want to know what happened before we draw conclusions and resort to conjecture. But I'll make you hear one clip, and why I say it's become politically emotive because Jasmine Shah, till now the Aam Aadmi Party campaign was about bravery, it was about giving 1,000 rupees to women, it was about the Sanjeevani scheme, giving healthcare to the elderly over 60. Suddenly, what happens in Parliament happens, and then you see the opposition completely come together on the issue of Baba Saheb, and the Aam Aadmi Party, through an AI-generated video, reveals this clip. Or let's listen in and I'll come right back to you.
संविधान का मुझे शक्ति दीजिए बाबा साहेब, ताकि मैं उन लोगों से लड़ सकूं जो आपका और आपके संविधान का अपमान करते हैं।
Released today, and Jasmine Shah, many would say this is politically inappropriate. You're trying to take advantage of Baba Saheb's legacy after a controversy. Many will also say thoda zyada ho gaya. It's a little bit much.
Absolutely not, Preeti. If this was the only instance that you were talking about Baba Saheb Ambedkar, then probably you could have said that. I think you very well know, let your viewers also know, that in each government office of Delhi and Punjab, wherever Aam Aadmi Party is in power, Baba Saheb Ambedkar's photograph is there on every wall. In our every room of our party office, every room where our netas' houses are, Baba Saheb Ambedkar's photo is there. And on a day like this, I'm saying, let's not look at this Delhi elections. If a national legend like this is insulted, what do you expect Aam Aadmi Party to do? To stay silent and says कि नहीं दिल्ली चुनाव में तो हम केवल चुनाव का प्रचार करेंगे? No. Everything should come to a halt. The entire nation should stand up and say, you cannot abuse our legends, you cannot abuse our gods. BJP has done enough. Please apologize and resign. That is the only thing BJP should be doing.
I want to go back to you. You know, taking off from what Jasmine says, look at that video. Ultimately, the fact is very clear, Tuhin Sinha. Nobody more than the BJP realizes that if this blows up, then it's a big controversy on your hand. You're coming back after 2024 Lok Sabha, you saw what happened on the narrative of Samvidhan, and now if the opposition runs away with the narrative of insulting Baba Saheb, then there is a problem. So many are suggesting all of this is a diversionary tactics.
Preeti, instead I feel it is the Congress which is completely rattled by what happened yesterday. Yesterday, a letter of Nehru has come out where Nehru is gloating over Ambedkar quitting his parliament. And who is he writing the letter to? To Edwina Mountbatten. You know, imagine I would not get into what Nehru did in his personal life, but imagine, him confiding personal details about his government, about his party to an outsider, a foreign lady. So the Congress has no place to hide its face on this particular issue. The reason why, it has resorted to violence, the reason why it realizes that, it can't handle the situation anymore. And I'm asking, since the opposition tends to be logically challenged, I'm asking them a simple question. Do you expect a 70+ Rudra Pratap Sarangi to inflict self-harm upon himself? Do you expect Mukesh Rajput to beat him up? What are they saying? Obviously, there is CCTV footage. I am not privy to the fact why it has not been made public, but it should be made public, and I'm hoping it will be made public so that the Congress cannot escape this anymore.
All right, Jyoti Mani, you wanted to come in for a rebuttal. Go ahead.
See, it's not they are abusing Nehru. Whatever they say against Nehru, it shows only their level. That is their level. Talking like Nehruji is such a great stalwart statement like this. See, Nehru is a legacy. How much you are abusing, the more you abuse, the people will come to know more how he is building the strong foundation for Indian democracy. What a visionary leader he is. They have hated Ambedkar and Nehru both from bottom of their heart. They used to tell they show their hatredness against Nehru openly. They always, here and there, they show their hatredness against Ambedkar ji. What Amit Shah ji has done in the floor of the Rajya Sabha and abused, disrespected Ambedkar ji is a Freudian slip which is coming out of their subconscious mind. That's what RSS, BJP, Amit Shah, whoever it is associated with this, there's deep hatred for Ambedkar ji have come out openly. Now they don't know how to handle it, because as you rightly mentioned, it has a clear political ramification. How much the seats, the number of seats they have lost in UP is about the constitution. They want to change the constitution. They have a great disregard for constitution. So they have a great disregard for the person who drafted the constitution. Now they are in a soup. They are completely rattled. That is why they're bringing this kind of I also feel as a parliamentarian, as a woman, I feel very sad, very disturbed today what happened in the parliament. You cannot come with stick and block the way of opposition members, not letting them inside, and make this kind of very ridiculous charges against the man, Rahul Gandhi, who's known for his dignity in this dignity and grace in politics. Unlike your leader, he does not have that kind of bad attitude toward not even a man. Forget about a woman. See, you are saying, despite you see what they are saying themselves. When somebody BJP member told another BJP member get hurt. Okay. This man, despite being an opposition leader, he has been witnessed. We are all being pushed. They have pushed and pulled down our party leader. Despite this man went with the BJP MP with a compassionate heart and to check with them. You can't expect this from your leader, so you can't understand this kind of compassion, dignity in politics. That is not in your DNA. That's what we are saying. Don't make this kind of brazen, low-level allegation against the Honorable Rahul Gandhi ji, and you are insulting your own woman, whether Nirmala Sitharaman ji and another BJP MP who written the letter now. My heart goes out for them as a woman, not as an MP.
Okay, I want to go to Mr. Komar Reddy here. Mr. Komar Reddy, the beauty about history is that it has the privilege of hindsight. So at one level, one can take out, and there's not one, there are multiple instances where the Congress, including Nehru, has belittled Baba Saheb Ambedkar. But then, sir, There are multiple instances. The BJP wasn't even in existence then, but the fountainhead on which lies the ideology of the BJP, the RSS, did exactly the same.
Jyoti Maniji was talking so greatly about Nehruji and, the manner in which he had laid the foundations for this country. My straight question is, can you tell the citizens of this country why Nehruji had put up candidates against Baba Saheb BR Ambedkar twice in Mumbai? Once in North Mumbai and the second time in
made
Bandara.
him to win from.
Why
Okay,
did,
let's go one by one.
Listen. Why
Like
did
I said, Mr.
Nehruji
Komaredi, the
campaign?
question is
Why
that
did Nehruji,
you can go into history, you will come up with 5 examples. There are 5 examples on the other side.
Against Ambedkar ji in Mumbai? I'm asking a straight question. Why did Nehruji campaign against Ambedkar ji? Why did Nehruji ensure that Ambedkar ji is defeated in Mumbai? Answer this straight question first to the citizens of this country before you talk about Nehru.
Okay. Mr. Komaredi, you know what's going to happen is, because she's going to turn around and she's going to ask you 3 questions on what the RSS did. One of them in 1949, burn in effigy, not just Baba Saheb, also Nehru. Having said that, I don't want to get into a,
why was he not given a Bharat Ratna?
Sir, all I'm just saying is, you're right. You are very right. It was given under VP Singh, supported by a BJP government. But that's the beauty. You're right,
not
sir.
eligible for a Bharat Ratna.
You are very right. It was given in 1990. It should have been given ages ago.
Why Ambedkar ji was not given a Bharat Ratna?
But like I said, sir, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's the beauty of history. It has the privilege of hindsight. There's lots you can come up with. Jasmine Shah, I want to bring in Jasmine Shah into this conversation. Jasmine Shah, you have an election on your hand in about a month's time in the national capital. There is 20% Dalit vote where Delhi comes into question. There are 12 SC reserved seats which you won the last time around. Many are suggesting all of this with the Aam Aadmi Party going into an overdrive on the legacy of Baba Saheb Ambedkar rests on what could be the result come next year.
Again, Preeti, it is very unfair to boil this down to Delhi elections. You know, we don't need an incident like this to talk about our credentials for Baba Saheb Ambedkar and what we have done following in his footsteps. Today, the entire country knows that Aam Aadmi Party is synonymous with transforming the quality of education. What was Baba Saheb's dream for the nation? That quality education should be available to every child, rich or poor, vulnerable population or non-vulnerable. Today, only Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal is walking down that footstep. Tell me which other state in the country allocates 25% to education. We came up with the Jai Bhim Scholarship Yojana, where any Dalit child, any vulnerable child can get top quality coaching for competitive examinations. Again, education. We are working on healthcare, and especially it's the poor who depend on the government healthcare system. So, you know, we have been working in the directions, in the guidance and the principle laid down by Baba Saheb. And if today, even if the mighty Amit Shah decides to abuse him on the floor of the house in the front of the nation and doesn't regret it, adds insult to injury every single day, and falls down to Gundaraj in the parliament, do you think we will stay silent? We will not stay silent. In fact, no citizen, no right-thinking citizen of the country will stay silent. Again, I am saying they will have to decide. Do you like BJP? Do you like Baba Saheb Ambedkar? I think that is the type, because BJP has decided. BJP has decided we will insult Baba Saheb Ambedkar and we will not apologize for it. So now I think it's time the voter of Delhi and the voter of the nation decides who do they like more.
All right. Okay, I want to take final comments and I'll go across back to Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, you know, once again, you know, you're talking about what has gone down in the annals of parliamentary history. There've been, you know, there's been a lot. You've given examples of when Nirmala Sitharaman was making that speech, Rahul Gandhi was winking and throwing paper planes. There's also an example of Nishikant Dubey standing and calling a fellow parliamentarian a kulvadhu. There are various examples. For example, what's happening in the Karnataka Assembly, Tuhin Sinha, where right now there is an FIR against your very own C.T. Ravi for using a word that I can't even use against a Congress parliamentarian. So, you know, one can keep shifting the blame, but what one really needs to look at, Tuhin Sinha, on a collective opportunity to de-escalate what we see on our television screens.
Well, absolutely. And for that, the Congress party should apologize to the nation. Time and again, they have dishonored Ambedkar's legacy. And even today, if there are so many instances which the TDP spokesperson has mentioned, there are some which I have mentioned. So let me just limit myself to one basic point. Does the Congress member of parliament on your show support Nehru's indiscretion where he is gloating over Ambedkar quitting his parliament to a foreigner? Will she, is Rahul Gandhi doing the same thing with Ilhana Omar, maybe communicating internal issues to the country? I think there are larger issues and Congress needs to apologize to the country. That will bring closure to this entire fiasco.
All right, Jyoti Mani, please come in.
See, this kind of lies will not deviate from the issue. The issue is Amit Shah disrespected in the floor of the parliament Ambedkarji. They are not apologizing. They are not regretting it as adding salt to the wound. They are saying it's AI-generated footage, making themselves a laughing stock and put two women in the front and stripping their own woman MP's dignity. This is what BJP behaved. Whatever the threat we are facing, we are committed to defend the Indian democracy.
Right.
We committed
so
to do dignified politics. My leaders stand for values and ideology.
Mr. Komar Reddy, 30 seconds, sir. Make your point.
Jyoti Mani ji, few more questions for you. Is it the Congress which elected the first Dalit president for this country? Is it the Congress which elected the first Dalit
you read the history, don't read the WhatsApp University. K.R. Narayanan is our Dalit president.
Okay, let's just go one by one. Can I just 20? Mr. Komar Reddy, you have 10 seconds, sir. I don't have the time for a...
Who is in power?
Mr. Komar Reddy, 20 seconds, make your point, sir. I'll have to move on.
In power in 97. Who elected the first Dalit speaker? It is our party, Telugu Desam party, and GMC Balayogi in 98, not the Congress. Who elected the first tribal president
20
of
seconds.
this country?
Jasmine
not the
Shah,
Congress,
20 seconds closing.
I think the entire country already knew about BJP's hate for Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Today, what we are seeing today on your show, as well as through the course of the last 2 days, that even allies like TDP and JDU, Nitish Kumarji's party, are standing in support of the BJP. They cannot find the resolve or the values in themselves to condemn a statement that was made on the floor of the parliament. Has their love for chair, has their love for power become so blinding that they will not even stand in support of Baba Saheb Ambedkar? So please, sir, please stand for our legends. Please stand for our freedom fighters. The country will remember you.
Okay, I'm going to close the debate. I appreciate all 4 of our panelists for joining us. And sadly, this is going to be a debate which is going to carry on from days to come. Because number one, there's an FIR against Rahul Gandhi. There is a counter complaint by the Congress as well. And in midst of it, we really don't know what happened, viewers. Because as a journalist, I'd like to see the footage and then come up to a conclusive idea and a decision that this exactly went down in Parliament today. Till then, what happened is a shame. It's an embarrassment to the country to see our parliamentarians fight like little children. We're going to let it rest and quickly shift focus to the tragedy that took place off the Mumbai coast. A tragic boat accident which happened yesterday. A Navy boat collided with a passenger vessel called Nilkamal. The death toll now stands at 13. 2, though, are still missing.
A tragic boat accident off the Mumbai coast. A Navy speedboat collided with a passenger vessel near the iconic Gateway of India. The passenger ferry taking visitors to Elephanta Caves capsized, leaving 13 dead.
बस हम लोग करीबन 3:15 को लगभग बोट निकली थी उधर से। तो नेवी की बोट जो स्टैंड वाली आ रही थी बोट, उसने पहले वीडियो लेने के पहले 4-5 राउंड उसने मारा और उसके बाद जैसे ही उसने स्पीड से आ रहा था तो डायरेक्ट सडनली आगे से बोट को उसने टक्कर मारी और 2-3 मिनट समथिंग में तो बोट डूबने लग गई थी। 2 मिनट भी नहीं हुई थी, 5 मिनट में तो पूरा चैप्टर क्लोज हो गया था।
हमारे पास फोन आया कि ऐसा एक्सीडेंट हो गया, आप ऑन द स्पॉट यहाँ पे आइए गेट ऑफ इंडिया पे। जैसे आए उस 5 में से पहले हमारे 2 लोग मिसिंग थे, फिर सर से रिक्वेस्ट की तो फोटो आए, उसमें से एक और मिल गया अभी तक, और अभी खाली एक ही मिसिंग है एसआर जी पार्टी करके।
The victims included 3 Indian Navy personnel who were on the speedboat. The toll could have been higher if not for the timely action by boats sent from the Jawaharlal Nehru port. Over 100 people were rescued in an operation conducted with the help of Indian Navy, Coast Guard and the Marine Police.
20 से 25 दिन की हम लोगों ने जान बचाई, उसमें ज़्यादातर महिलाएं थी। तो अभी एक बच्चा 3-4 दिन वो ऑलमोस्ट ऑफ हो गया था। अभी थोड़ा हम लोग को थोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं नॉलेज के हिसाब से हम लोग ने उसको उल्टा लिटाया, थोड़ा प्रेस किया, बाद में उसका ब्रीथिंग चालू हुआ।
In a statement, the Indian Navy confirmed that the speedboat was undergoing engine trials and a malfunction led the boat to lose control and collide with the passenger ferry. The police have booked the Navy speedboat driver for rash driving and negligence. The ferry services to Elephanta Caves will be resumed on Thursday.
So people are certainly carrying on with their, the travel that they have to do. But certainly now precaution is being taken and people are being given life jackets that they are using probably for the first time on this route. And everyone's trying to make sure that the safety rules are followed while at sea.
The mishap in Mumbai is the second accident involving the Navy. In November, 2 people died after a submarine collided with a fishing vessel near Goa. With Vidya in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, with that, I'm going to go into a quick break. To stay with us on the other side. Tempers flare up at the Melbourne airport as Virat Kohli gets a bit unhappy with the Australian media for filming his family without permission. We're going to get you that clip. Stay with us.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
ज़माने से हटकर बेबाक है मेरा signature finest cardamom seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. FIR filed against Rahul Gandhi over alleged pushing and shoving of MPs. BJP lodges complaint at Sansad Marg police station. Electricity supply cut at Sambhal riot accused. MP Ziaur Rahman Burke's house after power theft case. Big success for security forces in Jammu and Kashmir. Hizbul commander Farooq Nali with 10 lakh rupees reward killed in Kulgam encounter.